is once again upgrade time, but not in the usual truck upgrade stuff. Here is what we're working with. This middle sub is going to be my first ever pair of subs, a 10-inch Kenwood Exelon from 2014. And they served me very well. And about 2 months ago, this one started making some bad noises and got tired. And so I just went and got two. I have two of them in there. So I got two of the 2021 or whatever, the newest version. And according to the box, they're the same thing. But when you actually look at the details, the excursion and the overall throw and travel that the new woofer has is not up to par with the old one. So, now that we have a bad of each one, and mix match ones in the truck, we're just going to ditch all that entirely. I'm going to go over here with this unit. Now, just for quality purposes, you ever held something and it just feels nice? Example 1, nothing. Definitely a little better. And then here, so it's actually super duper hard. So that kind of speaks for itself. They're Hyphonics HEW10Ds or
it's on the
something.
box.
I'll look it up. It is?
It's right there, yeah, it's right there in the box.
That's what they are. So we're going to get to installing and then go from there. The current subs that are in here are Kenwood Exelon 10-inch single voice coil 4 ohm subs. Like 300 watt RMS, 1300 peak power. The 2014 one at least. The newest one says it does the same, but it blew up really fast because it handles the same power, but they don't give it as much travel, which makes no sense at all. I've taken this thing apart, oh my gosh, so many times. At least pretty quick. Here is what we're working with. Got the old one up front and the new one here in the back. Somehow it's always the front one that goes bad. The new ones are so heavy he has to come all the way up in here himself to try and finagle this thing down in the box without hurting it. And of course we are almost out of daylight. Gotta love winter in Colorado. Well, here soon I'll actually have a lot more time, and then daylight won't really be an issue because we can just get up and do whatever. And now we have to make sure this clears vertically, and then we'll just wire them up real quick. We are going to have to drill new holes in order to orientate the terminals where we need in the box, because if we did it how they are now, you would never fit your hand down between the side to get it plugged in. So here he is with the second one. We're actually going to plug him in and make him make noise as well before we commit to our new holes. And we did measure and got a little lucky. The top of the magnet is now less than an inch from the top of the box. Alrighty, we finally got everything wired up, and here is the last shot before we close up the box. Just to recap, these are dual 4 ohm voice coil subs. They run 600 watt RMS, which is double what the last ones ran. And given this gigantic magnet and whatnot, we shouldn't have any more overheating issues. Now, the amp that is... Shine your light under the seat. There, under the seat, is good for 2 ohms and 4 ohms. So in order to get 2 dual voice coil 4 ohm subs to 4 ohms, we had to run a jumper from positive to negative on each one. And then we did positive to our box terminal and negative to negative to our box terminal. So that brings them both up to 8, and then it drops them back down to a final impedance of 4 ohms. And if that didn't make any sense, there are tons and tons of videos on how to wire your subs out there on the internet. So we are going to get this closed back up, and then go find us some better lighting to see how she sounds. Actually, on another note, I'm going to wait until tomorrow and resume this video in the daylight so we can actually see what we're doing. Because it already feels super rushed and whatnot to try to fit the sub install in after work, which it is, which is exactly why this is my last week at that job. And then we are going full tilt with the videos so we can make them super thorough, nice and high quality, and we don't let almost an entire month go by between videos like what happened last time. The subs have had... Are you tilted? Get kind of tilted. Tilt her up a little bit more. There we go.
Okay.
The subs have been in, and they've had about a week to break in. Given that we did such a good job on the bushings below, when we crank them up here, it's going to be super loud and crazy for us, but just a fair warning, you're not going to see a whole lot of things shake, which is actually a good thing. But they are substantially louder than the last set. And while playing substantially louder, they do not sound anywhere near as stressed out as the last set did to perform the volume that they were performing. So, I'm pleased so far. They do still have more time that they will break in since it's only been a week. It's also been fairly cool here as well, which does affect the sound from your subs. But overall, a fairly simple swap. Nothing modified to the box really. We just made the new holes, put them in. So, take a listen. We should be free of any copyright worries here. It doesn't really show up like physically on camera with shaking things a bunch, so you'll have to take my word that in person they are super duper loud. But in my original sub box video that shows the whole details and all of that, you'll see the bushings we did on the bottom that actually mount it to the seat bracket, and we just simply did a really good job on those so it doesn't shake the whole cab and all the mirrors to bits or anything. But if you ever catch me in person, you are more than welcome to hear it for yourself. It will back up any claim that I have made. But these subs are definitely night and day louder. They play the same volume and then way more, and they sound a whole lot less stressed out. The low notes, you can actually hear them, and like it'll physically move things here that you can feel in person way more than the other subs will, but not in like an obnoxious break things kind of way. So, and they're dual voice coil, and they handle double the power, so that's another big bonus. Again, Hyphonics HEW at 10D4s. I picked them up from Max Sonics. They were free shipping when I did it, and they got there in like 2 days. So, I will drop links in the description below. Thanks for taking a look, and that'll be that for this one. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And we are now full-time content, so if you got a video idea you want to see, I can make it happen quick. And other than that, stay tuned for track bars. We're starting that here in about 30 minutes.